I think it's kind of warm.
No, not warm. Nothing warm at all about it.
Start with a yawn. I like it.
Yeah, bring it coming in with the full effect. Reggie in the full effect.
Ah.
Hello and welcome to this week's bi-weekly edition of the Earbones podcast. I am Brand the Ears.
And I'm Stick the Bones.
And welcome again. It is May 26th. It is a blistering 90 degrees outside. And maybe a little less than 90. It is 82 degrees.
It was 90 earlier, I'll give you that.
I know it was 90 in Altoona.
About high noon? Yeah.
What? Were you outside doing a duel?
Yeah.
Did you print out, did you 3D print some of those half doors and put them
Friends?
on?
Yes.
Huh?
What?
No, you get there's two little half doors, like saloon doors.
Oh, yeah.
Did you put them on your fence?
Yeah, I just have it set up so they just randomly open and I have gunshot sounds and I just fall down.
Oh, so there's nobody else involved.
It's just me.
Why don't you print out, okay, hear me out. Plastic people make a whole full saloon replica in your garage.
That's not a bad idea.
You have to have like breakaway tables because and breakaway chairs because you have to hit somebody with a chair and it has to break almost before it hits them.
We should do that, but make one not break away, and then we'll get Brian in on it.
No, because with our luck, that'll be the one he hits us with.
Okay, first off, Brian isn't picking up chairs.
I feel like Brian will get pretty feisty. I heard him threaten a female for no reason to break a beer bottle on her head.
That's true. You're right.
For zero reason. There was zero reason it happened. And also, I didn't hear it. I heard the aftermath. I was not there.
That's exactly what happened.
I would have de-escalated had I been there.
It was de-escalated.
No.
It was I de-escalated it, and then he went to 5,000. It was worth it, though. It was fun.
Okay, now that we're done talking about the greatest hits. Now the greatest hits are over. Flip it over side B and get a new single out here. Do you have anything new for me before we get started into what can only be described as a mess?
What's a mess?
Everything I have.
Your handwriting is a mess, as usual. I can't think of anything new off the top of my head.
You didn't go see Solo.
I did not.
You watched any new television shows?
I've been watching Transformers Prime.
Riverdale's on Netflix. You haven't watched that yet, so that's fun.
And Toys That Made Us is on Netflix. It's pretty good.
It's been on Netflix. It's not like
Season 2 just came out.
I never watched Season 1.
Well, you should.
I don't like toys.
That's a lie.
Not one of those toys ever had a skip. They're all rich kid toys. Or, like, 1940s toys.
I'm sure they'll do a wrestling one.
No, they won't. And if they do, it'll just be the big LJN figures.
I was going to say it's LJN ones. Yeah. I'm sorry. What? Who doesn't like toys?
A guy who wasn't allowed to have them. I had a sandbox.
You're allowed to have them now.
No.
No?
I got plenty.
You need more.
I collect other things. I don't need toys.
You need everything.
No. And they're not even toys at this point. If you collect toys as an adult and you don't actually play with them, they're not toys.
I mean...
They're collectibles.
I kind of play with mine.
No, you don't.
I send you pictures like, oh, you stepped up your game.
Setting them up on a shelf is not playing with them. That's just displaying them.
Well, I still pose them.
Listen, until you're like me and you're doing little wrestling matches and you're hitting DDTs, or you're setting up full battle scenes, you're not playing with them. You start recreating some famous storylines on those shelves down there, then we'll talk. Like if I come in and you have a Secret Wars going on down there, or a Civil War happening, then we'll talk.
Yeah, but that's not how I really played with toys when I was a kid.
You should just cut half of them off at like their waists, and then the other half off of their ankles, and then like another half off. Just take them off the shelf and just redo Infinity War.
Oh, maybe. I think that's the way to go. I think you're right. We should.
According to Brian, it's a piece of shit movie that he's ever seen.
Yes.
Why are we spending so much time talking about Brian when he's not here? I don't like it. Because he's not here to defend himself, and I don't want to do it anymore.
Because we miss him.
Obviously, but it's not like he's watching to know that. It's not like he gives two fucks whether he's here or not.
He does watch this.
If that were true, anytime I said he didn't watch, I would get a text message.
Oh, he doesn't text you because you never text him back.
How do you text somebody back that doesn't text you? I don't understand.
He says he texts your Snapchats all the time and you just ignore him.
He said this recently?
Like every time I bring you up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Because I send things to him all the time and don't even get a cool bro, which when I get, I'm furious. But even I don't even get a cool bro. I get nothing. No response.
Hey, man, I always respond to you.
And by the way, I have no problem admitting that if Brian sends me something dumb, I'm not going to respond.
Well, see, that's the problem.
But he doesn't send me anything, period.
Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe I need to sit
If he sends me something dumb, I'll just send him something dumb back.
I need to sit down and have to talk with this man. Teach him the etiquette.
We need not talk etiquette with a W. We need to not talk about him while he's not here to defend himself. He still has a big bowl of grits to eat.
I almost bought instant grits the other day to get in preparation.
Those grits are never getting eaten. When's Money in the Bank? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
We won't have another show before it.
Yeah.
I'm on my hike next week.
You'll be back by Saturday, won't you?
The next Saturday. Yeah, because then it'll be the next day after that. Yeah, we're fine. Sorry. Pure panic. Pure panic.
Yeah, that was pure panic. A lot to talk about there. Let's jump into something. How about let's jump into something soft, something not abrasive. How about we saw Deadpool 2 last week?
That was last week.
Yeah.
I feel like a month ago.
I know it does, but that came out.
Oh, you might have a different opinion on it than I do.
Oh no! I doubt it. I really doubt it.
The way you just brought that up said that came out.
Okay, see now I mean that in the sense that I forgot about it until like the day of, which I actually remembered for once because usually you remind me.
Yeah, you did remember.
But I forgot it was coming out after Infinity War. Just blanked, like I blanked Solo came out.
Saturday Solo came out. I almost went to see it Thursday, and I didn't. I sat at home.
You should have. So what did you think of Deadpool?
I liked it a lot. Thought it was fun. I mean, minor problems that I have with it, just because I'm a fan of some of those characters to crazy extents. I think the more we see Josh Brolin as Cable, the more Cable he'll be. But it just seems like he gives Cable too much personality and not enough personality at the same time. And I don't understand how it works, but it's strange to me. Like, there's something about it where he's, like, revealing too much about himself and then not having a personality at the same time. Like, I'm not sure how it works, but for some reason it turned me... I still loved the character. I still loved him playing it, but it to me there was something off about it. I just think we'll see more. The more Brolin we see, the better it will be.
Yeah, because next movie's X-Force, apparently.
Who's in it? Who is the X-Force? Is it who we saw at the end of Deadpool?
I hope Dopinger? Whatever the taxi driver guy's name. I hope he's in it.
I just want Yukio to be in it.
That'd be cool.
And I love and TW.
Who's TW?
NTW, Negatonic Teenage Warrior.
Oh yeah,
she's fantastic.
She's all right. I like her girlfriend
Yukio.
Yukio.
That's what she said.
Is that what you said?
What happened?
Because I forgot her name.
What just happened?
I forgot her name. For some Yukio, I thought was that that girl with the samurai sword.
In Wolverine.
Yeah.
It was. Same name.
It was?
Same name.
Okay.
But it's not technically the same universe.
Yeah.
Speaking of not the same universe, the end credit scene, hands down, might be one of the best end credit scenes in history of movies.
Really?
I loved it.
I mean, I get it was funny, but I don't know. I
loved it. You're going back and cleaning up the timeline.
I didn't hate it.
It's fantastic.
I don't. You know how I'm time travel.
This whole movie was time travel.
I know, it fucked me off. God.
The whole movie was, and by the way, speaking of time travel and you hating it, this whole, we'll get to it, the Power Rangers event that you said is a wet dream is all time travel.
Different. We'll get there. That's different.
It's all time travel.
It's different.
Cable name dropped Hope in Deadpool 2, which I'm excited about. That means we can see Hope at some point.
Favorite quote for me is when Jug said he's gonna use Colossus as a cock ring. Love that.
See, that's the humor that I don't care for. That's what I didn't care for.
I don't mind it once in a while. There was a lot of it, which was a little
and like when
heavy-handed.
Nope. When Juggernaut when he gets taken down, the way he does, it kind of made him look weak. But in the same way, that's how Deadpool would take him down. That's what would happen.
Yeah.
So I can't.
I didn't like that, but I don't know. And I think did a very good representation of how Domino's powers kind of work.
It was badass when Juggernaut showed up. I wasn't expecting it, and I was all pumped up when it happened.
I wasn't either. I'm like, who could that be? For some reason, I think it was Sauron or something, you know?
Good God.
That would have been
Although they killed Black Tom for a joke.
Yeah.
Black Dom was one of the craziest characters in the X-Force series. I need a Domino movie yesterday.
Yes.
Like, give me a Domino movie yesterday. She was fantastic. The way they portrayed her powers was great.
Yes.
And I still go back to that scene. I probably talked about it last time we fucking brought up Domino. It was in one of the Deadpool books when they had like little. It was probably the Deadpool fucking wedding issue or something, where they had a bunch of different stories, and it's just a Domino story. She shows up at like a building, just like chucks a bullet onto the roof. That's it. Like that's the beginning of the story. Then she goes in and starts taking care of business, getting lucky, doing whatever. And then at the end, there's one guy left, and she like pulls her gun on him, and she fires it, and it's empty. And then, but the whole time you're reading the story, you just see this bullet traveling down through the pipe system, down, rolling along the floors, down and through a grate, and it drops right into her gun, and she shoots and blows his head off.
That's still the story I use to explain people what Domino's power is.
It's so good. I want to be able to credit who wrote that, because that is a fucking amazing piece of writing, and the art too. I loved that story. Everything about that story was fantastic. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you read it.
I didn't read it.
I explained it to you and showed you.
I've heard it many times from you, but it's still my go-to to explain luck, I guess.
It's amazing. I love everything about it. I went and saw Life of the Party, that new Melissa McCarthy vehicle.
Okay, yes.
And there's a lot of people in it that I love. I love Gillian Jacobs. I love Maya Rudolph. Matt Walsh is good. I'm not going to remember the other. There's another girl in there that I really like. She was also in that show Love on Netflix with Gillian Jacobs. But
I don't know who that is.
The movie itself is fucking horrendous until that dated Melissa McCarthy character goes away. Like, as soon as that, like, big, thick-rimmed mom sweater character goes away, the movie gets better. I couldn't call it a comedy.
Oh, yeah?
There were jokes in it. None of them made this guy laugh. Maybe it got a few... Like, that's the limit. That's the limit. It had a lot of heart, and I didn't regret seeing it.
Well, that's good. I've never even heard of that.
It's Melissa McCarthy. Her husband wants a divorce when her daughter's going back to school for senior year of college.
Okay.
And Melissa McCarthy goes back to finish her college degree.
Yes, I do. I've seen
then in the most like 90s type of, or like 2000s type of movie of all time, Christina Aguilera just shows up and plays a song. Like, there's things like that. I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck is happening? Why is Christina Aguilera singing Stronger and kicking over banisters? Like, I don't understand what's happening.
Well, that's amazing.
And she looks great. By the way, Melissa McCarthy also looks fantastic when she changes out of that character, that old dated character. Although there's a point where she's like looking at pictures and like there's a close up on her hands. Her hands look like she's 85 years old. So if you want to see old Melissa McCarthy hands, go see Life of the Party. It was strange. Like, I saw it, I was like, there's no way that's her. And then it zoomed out, I was like, oh my god, what the hell's happening? Why do her hands look like that? It also looks like she's been just pounding bricks for like 15 years.
Maybe she was, man.
She's a Mason. Freemason. Illuminati. We stumbled onto something here.
I think she should calm down. I don't want people busting through my door. FCC, yeah, the FCC.
It shuts down?
Problem.
The SEC? The CIA? FBI? You know what they do. Inspect female bodies, am I right?
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Did you ever understand the booby inspector shirt? I understand the female body inspector. Female booby inspector, you're taking that joke too far, right? Like, is that the limit? To me, that's the limit. The female body inspector, okay, it's a joke. I get it. When you change body to booby, like, okay, you're a fucking dummy.
I think because I don't know, it just seems more childish at that point.
I mean, it's childish both ways.
I'm not saying it's not. I said more.
Or are you, like, giving them a target?
Wait.
Like, you're showing them what you're looking at. Not just, like, they don't have to hide their whole bodies. By the way, I'm not wearing this shirt. I'm thinking in the mind of, like, a Larry the Cable Guy. Like, when he throws that shirt on, is it like, am I just looking at boobies? Am I looking at bodies?
I think it depends what you enjoy looking at. I don't know.
So, what about female booty inspector?
See, I feel like that's more tasteful than booby.
Yeah, but booby isn't like a bad word.
Booty's not either.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Booty isn't, I say booby and booty are pretty equal. Now, we know the booty-booby argument of 1912 takes us to the Supreme Court at one point. So we know that there is something on the docket about booby versus booty. But I think they're equal. I think they're on equal ground. Until you start like saying tits and ass, that's when it gets weird. That's when you're kicking it up a notch. And then even I think one of those is worse. Which one do you think's worse?
Which one's worse?
Yeah.
Out
of the two words, the T and the A.
T and the A. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, tits just seems worse to me.
Yeah, it's definitely worse. Because ass can be described as like it can be non-gender specific.
Yeah.
But tits is definitely like a bro talking like, check out those tits.
I feel like if bro said it'd be titties.
No, because they don't lengthen words all the time.
Well, I don't know. We need to.
I mean, they're not saying look at those nipples.
Hey, man. I don't know how that one would work.
What? Looking at nipples?
Yeah.
What government corporation do we fit nipples into their thing? What's an N in
I can't think of any.
CNN?
CNN.
It's not a government corporation.
I mean,
nipple. What about A? CIA. Characters. Nope. Christians investigating areolas.
Okay, now that sounds like an actual organization, and I'm concerned.
You don't want to be part of the CIA? First, you got to pledge you got to pledge to the Lord. You got to pledge your undevoted.
But is it worth it in the end?
What? Just go about an airy hole. I couldn't figure out how to abbreviate that word. Airy didn't sound right. Areola didn't sound right.
Scoping out Aries.
Scoping out A's. Checking out some A's.
See that now? Now I'm thinking.
ARs.
Guns?
No, the hot topic. Hot button issue. Now 2 wars. Sorry.
Full circle.
It's always sunny conversation before the show, but you'll get that reference if you're an It's Always Sunny fan. Okay, I don't know. You want to blast through some books?
Yeah.
You read at least one of these, I guess.
I read 3.
This is Isola number 2.
Oh, I thought that was Saga. The Saga's still going?
It is, and I'm not on it. After I had to drop all my books, I never got back on it. Isola 2. Do you remember anything about the first issue of this so I can explain it to you or not?
Yeah, it's the ones with the animals fighting animals.
That's angelic. Calyx at number 3. I saw a lot of people say that they didn't remember the first 2 issues because they were so long ago. Issue 1 was a long time ago for me, but I feel like issue 2 wasn't that long ago. So I kind of understood what was going on. There's a border patrol dispute with Jamil, who's a courier. He becomes a very clear non-partial party when Zora, the leader of the Mulholland Resistance, kills guards and threatens the leader of the Bunkleville militia. I'm throwing a lot of words around. You have no idea what's being said.
I have no idea. You just do you, man.
I think this book could be really good, and I'm going to be honest. This book came out at a very... number 1 came out a few months after the inauguration. So, let's be honest. America, as bad as it is now, there were so many people that felt lost after that I think this book may have been too close to home, and people were, legitimately trying to get... yeah, let's fucking Civil War! Let's fucking do it! Even though those Billies would have tried harder than anybody else did. But I think the fact that it's farther away from that, and we kind of have a bigger, kind of a more dose of reality, and we kind of ground it a little more, as crazy as the shit still happening is, which I want to fucking blow my own brains out every day. But I think I can enjoy the story of this a little more rather than just constantly referencing it to today. And I like the story. Runaways number 9. How do you feel about
What
that
a sick cover!
You love
That's
it?
his uncle, isn't it? Or something? Nope. Not
What?
related.
That's not Doom.
Who is it?
It's a Doom bot. Not just a Doom bot.
It's a Doombot!
It's Doom bot from Avengers AI.
Wow!
Back to grab Victor Mancha's head. Because you remember Victor Mancha he's pretending like he's not awake. He's just a head.
Yeah.
The Runaways have him. Are you aware of that?
No.
Oh, yeah, the Runaways have had
I'm
him.
not Runaway.
I know, but I thought I told you about it. The Runaways have had him for a while, but it's a Doombot from Avengers AI here to rebuild Victor Mancha. And Victor's like, but he's not pretending to be asleep anymore. He's enjoying just being a head.
I can understand.
But Chase is saying that he wants to rebuild him, and the Doombot comes and they just argue back and forth. And Victor says, "I don't want to be rebuilt. I'm enjoying being a head." And then there's great stuff between the Doombot and Chase. They're in looking at information together and each other's ideas of what to do, and they're just going back and forth being dicks to each other. There's one in particular back and forth that I think you would love, but it would also confuse the shit out of you while you were reading it. Also, the secondary story in this is who's the younger girl? Molly. She met a friend in I think they're 13. She met a friend in school who apparently ate a cupcake that keeps you 13 forever. And she's trying to get Molly to eat a cupcake so she can be 13, and she's telling her how much being 13 is the best, and you don't have to worry about adult problems, but you're also not, you're still a kid, but you're not quite a kid. And through it all, Molly is just thinking about eating this cupcake, and then she's getting reminded she's being treated like a kid and she hates it, and then she's being treated like an adult and she hates it. So there's an awesome side story about her dealing with growing up. At the same time, Alex Power and Julie Power and Carolina, who are together, they're fighting just all the time in this because Carolina has one way of the team dealing with things, so Runaways don't necessarily deal with things like a team.
Yeah.
And Power Pack always dealt with things like a family and like a team. So she's telling her how she should handle it. And she's like, "I'm not you. We're not the Power Pack," which it's good. That's a good line. Okay, let me see this. Where's this back and forth?
I just want Avengers AI back.
Why do you keep acting like you're the Victor Von Doom? I am Doom. You're programmed to think you're him. I am Doom. But you also know that you're a Doombot. Correct. Do your components smoke when you think about that? No. Doom embraces his duality. He says, like me, Victor's a fusion of flesh and ingenuity. And he says, you mean like the real Doctor Doom, right? Because you're just a fusion of robot and robot. And Doom says, I am Doom, but yes, you are correct. There's a lot of that going through this. At the same time, they all eventually kind of figure it out, and they start to deal with things as a family. By the way, they also attack Monch's head onto an iRobot, and he's just zooming around.
That's awesome.
And they all go to see a movie together as Julie Power comes over to see Carolina to try to talk through their problems.
Uh-huh.
And she sits down and gets the text message to say, "Hey, we all went to see a movie. You can meet us there." And she just sits down on the couch and starts crying. And there happens to be a cupcake in front of her, and she eats it, and she's 13 again. And she's just screaming "What did you do to me? What happened?"
That sounds awful. Who would want to be 13 forever?
Man, I could crank off a lot.
You still can.
What's up?
Maybe
No,
not.
I don't have the stamina anymore, man.
All wrist. All wrist.
Oh, yeah, you're right. When I was 13, I was... Actually, no, I don't know. We had this card. We don't... New Superman and the Justice League of China, number 23. Why did you ask me if this was the last issue? It's not ending. Super Sons is ending.
No, this is ending, I'm pretty sure.
It was still in previews last week. 2 weeks ago. So there's at least 3-4 more months of this book.
Is there another...
New Superman ended to be New Superman and the Justice League of China.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know. Because it's called New Superman and the Justice League of China now.
Is New Superman the Chinese one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I was just asking.
I would say I believe it was still in previews.
Okay, well then...
Although this will be one that I keep because you do know that DC's all books are $3.99.
Yeah.
And they're still double shipping them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to do some pruning.
There's a lot of books that I'm dropping. A lot of books. I'm probably saying on Batman.
Man.
As long as Tom King's on it.
If I could hear you 5 years ago say that.
If Tom King's writing it, I'm on it. Detective is gone. I don't care about I like the team dynamic, but it's
The
gone.
only reason I'm staying on is because it's getting close to 1,000. Honest.
Action, it'll be a toss-up. It'll depend on the creative team. What else? What other DC books? I guess we'll talk about them as we go. But, what am I talking about? They just got, his name's Dragon's Son.
Okay.
North Korean Aquaman. They call him Aquaman even though he's not an Aquaman. There's a whole actual backstory to this character, Dragon's Son, who was supposed to open heaven's floodgates and flood the entire country so that they could rebuild from the bottom.
Okay.
So, he thinks he's a hero, but he's doing things that a villain's doing, but he's also questioning himself. There's this crazy thing that happens with Superman in here where he becomes, Super Yang, which is an all-good version, because if you know, the history behind the Chinese Superman is that he's yin and yang. That's what makes him Superman, is he's the good and the bad on the inside.
Yeah.
But he, like, super goods out on this, and he's just ready to murder. Just for the... Like, if it's a bad guy, he should die. Like, just ready to destroy him. And this is also coming off the heels of he was super yin before also. Like, he was a super bad guy. Like, blacked out eyes, totally black costume. He looks badass as both of them. But Dragon Son eventually gets beaten. That's Dragon Son.
Oh, he's awesome looking.
Dude, every character in this is amazing. Where's Super Yang? That's Super Yang.
Oh, he's bright.
All white. And then that's Super Yin.
I like his symbol.
It's badass.
It is badass.
But Dragon Son, he ends up getting, like, he stops the floodwaters, but then he's wanted to be, like, in jail in North Korea. So he just creates, like, a water statue of himself in the jail and goes back to headquarters. Like, what is this jail where there's just a water statue? And they're just like, no, everything's fine in there. Everything's fine. He's just a little wet.
It's North Korea. What do you want?
He's just a little
What do you
wet. Next up, I don't know how you're not on this book, by the way. Exiles number 3.
Oh, what's that cover?
What do you mean?
That's cool. Who's that girl?
Which girl?
The one with the Wolverine claws?
That's Blink.
Who that?
The teleporting X-Man? Former Exile? She's an X-Man now?
Okay.
She's in the new X-Men TV show. What's it called?
There's an X-Men TV show?
One on Fox.
Oh, I haven't watched that. Have you watched it?
It's good.
Oh,
It's good.
I didn't even know it was a thing.
I haven't finished the season, but I watched like the first 7 episodes on TV, and I really liked it. What the fuck was the name of it?
Isn't it just like X-Men's?
Yeah, it's X-Men's. I don't know what it is. It's not X-Men's. I promise you it's not X-Men's.
I don't know, man. That seems like what it is.
But apparently this is... well, it says Peggy Carter, Captain America.
Yeah.
Apparently she made her first appearance in the Puzzle Quest game. This is an Exiles book, remember. So people can just fucking happen.
Jesus.
People can just happen. This fucking little guy, don't know what he's from. He's from something. But he's like a little scared Wolverine. Like he comes from a cartoonville.
That's amazing.
You would hate everything about this book
Why?
because it's universes getting destroyed and timelines getting... And they're just jumping through universe to universe to universe while they're getting destroyed behind them and like kind of recruiting.
Yeah, but if that's the concept of it, I'm okay. Don't just throw that at me.
Okay, then you might enjoy it. But Blink is kind of the leader, and the person who kind of orchestrated it all, that saw it happen, was the Unseen, Nick Fury.
Uh-huh.
He's not supposed to say anything or do anything, and he did. So then, like, the Watchers came and, like, murdered him, maybe? Something happened. But he gave her this little thing that apparently when she was at the Exiles, it, like, also did the same thing where it jumped them from universe to universe. But it has, like, it got damaged, so it's now sending them. No matter what they do, it's just sending them. And, when Iron Lad, who's, like, Franklin Richards, trained by Kang in an Iron Man costume, he's part of the team. So far, it's Iron Lad, Blink, Captain America, Peggy Carter so far, that little Wolverine thing, and a Kamala, Miss Marvel, but from like a war-torn country, and she's like super like old and just ragged and mean.
Oh yeah? What a weird concept for a
like
book.
has like scars on her face and shit.
Oh, she is old.
Let's see if I can find a better picture of her. Well, there's the team. And Valkyrie's a part of the team, too.
Oh, Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Valkyrie. She looks like Cable.
Well, kind of. Just the gun, kind of, yes. But, okay, what happened in this? The thing's called a Talus. The piece is called a Talus. And the damaged Talus throws him through time. They end up in some weird hippie Namor Atlantis commune. If you want to open it up and look at that, you can.
Holy shit.
If you want to open that up and look at it,
What
you
does
can.
it even mean?
You'll see. At the same time, Peggy Carter from Puzzle Quest, I believe, her sidekick is Becky. Not Bucky. Becky.
Oh, that's awesome.
Fantastic. Did you find hippie Namor?
Yeah, he looks
Yeah,
like...
he has a slouchy hat on.
Holy shit.
He's still sexy, somehow. I'm willing to say it. Namor is the sexiest thing in the Marvel Universe.
Oh, I sent you that Marvel Legend. I did jack off to it.
Oh, wow. Hey, PG show.
I did pleasure myself to it. What do you want from me?
That's a lot to be said either. When they're at Peggy Carter's universe, they end up thwarting a Red Skull A-bomb plan by blinking them and the bomb out, but the bomb is leaking and the bomb explodes. That's how the issue ends. But I would recommend you get on this, because it's a lot of fun. I really like it, and I need people to be on it because it's fantastic, and if people don't read it, it's going to get canceled.
It looks fucking insane.
Oh, it is. Like, the whole time you're reading it, it's more... If you go into it not expecting to fucking understand what's happening, but just enjoy it as a comic book, you'll enjoy it. Next up, Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man, which I'm going to be honest, every time I read this... what other book was like this, where I don't care about it, and then I read it and I enjoy it, but then as soon as I close it, I kind of don't care about it?
I feel like it was this book?
No, it couldn't have been, because it's not... This I've had that issue with a book for a long, long time. I just don't remember what one it was.
I can't either.
But it's... you would love it. Time travel fucked up the timeline again. There's a world without a Spidey where Harry Osborn is president, Doc Ock is the police commissioner, Norman is running the media. There's a very small resistance of Riri, Cap, and Doctor Strange. The plan is to break Doom out of Osborn's prison to help them fix the time stream, and the guard at the prison is a venomized thing.
You can't make this shit up. What does it even mean?
Old Man Logan with the Adado cover. Look at that. Fantastic.
Wow.
Old Man Logan. He goes to X Mansion to get some medical advice. There's a second story of Glob, who is that purple guy. You can see a skeleton in his eyes.
Uh-huh.
I have no idea who he is. I've just seen him around in, like, X books. I think Wolverine might have been his teacher in that Wolverine X-Men series.
Not sure.
He's, like, on a dating, like, app called Mutant Mingle, which I know you're trying to get involved in.
I might already be on it.
Wolvie's healing factor is extremely slow. His eye hasn't healed at all. And his white blood cell count is 10 times normal. Glob is taken by purifiers and told to save... in order to save his date, he has to help them, and they strap a bomb on him and send him back to X Mansion.
Oh, well, that's not good.
No, it's not good for anybody involved.
Poor Glob.
Poor guy. Just trying to get it in. WWE 17, a book you read?
I did read this.
Which is strange.
Why?
Because you didn't read any other books this week. It's weird that this is the one you pick up.
I read 3 books this week.
You read 3 books past 2 weeks.
Okay. I sat down to read them, and then something happened, and then today I sat down to read them, and you showed up.
Oh, am I getting blamed?
Yes. Yes.
Text me, I'm reading books, and I will wait in my car.
No.
I'll sit outside in my car.
You're fine. You're fine.
This is the whole story about Bayley's NXT title matches with Asuka, feelings of inadequacy, until the Battleground call-up. The team was Sasha in a tag team match. It's well done.
It was good. The art change in the middle is very jarring.
I don't know if I caught it.
You would have.
I don't think I did.
It's fucking weird.
I honestly don't think I did.
Shout out to Mick Foley. I believe it starts with the wrestling match.
It starts right after. Like, it goes from this to that. Yeah, but I think, see, this might be where it comes in where you haven't been reading this. Because both of these have been arts in the book so far.
I know.
I think because I've seen them both, I didn't play it off.
Yeah.
Serge Acuna and Kendall Good did pages 8 to 14. Doesn't tell you who did the first one. Or Serge Acuna did the one and Kendall Good did 8 to 14.
I don't know. Asuka looks badass in that.
In her story or the other one?
Well, her story is very short and strange. I completely just, hey, let's just throw this on here.
Well, that's how some of those extra ones are.
Yeah.
And Finn has googly eyes, which is weird. I love this series, though. I'm a big fan of it. I'm glad they're giving it... I hope they're giving it a chance. We're at 17 already.
I'll give it a chance. It's boom. It's not Marvel.
No Justice.
No Justice.
Number 1, which... How many times have I told you I'm not getting involved in DC events of any kind?
And here we are.
And here we are, where I read the 25-cent issue of No Justice. And now it's a 4-issue weekly series leading up to, I think, 4 individual Justice League books.
For $3.99 a piece.
Yep.
Fun.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd probably drop all my books to get on Justice League ones.
The teams were assembled by Brainiac to potentially beat the Omega Titans. Remember, I talked about this a little bit?
Yes.
Explaining what has to happen, he shows Soups he has an ally by using the lasso. People believe, even when the villains are added, like Brainiac's like, these teams aren't complete yet, and he brings in all the villains, because Lobo's there, and Lobo's not really a villain, he's just a guy who smokes a cigar, like a dumb, stupid, ugly fucking asshole, and I wish Sexy Lobo would be back.
You
do
miss
what
Sexy
fucking
Lobo
should do.
so much. He's dead, isn't he?
He's in one of the bottles of Brainiacs, I believe.
Oh, good. Good.
Amanda Waller's using World's telepaths to hack into Brainiac. As Brainiac is telling them the only way to win is to obey his every word and order, Waller pushes the telepaths to go deeper and try to fight against Brainiac's like mental blockage.
Yeah.
And it blows his head up. And he's dead. So like as he's saying like we can beat these guys. I know how to beat them. I can do this. You have to listen to every word I say. Boom.
Waller screws
all
everything
of them,
up.
All of them have no idea what to do.
Anything she's in, she screws up.
All of them have no idea what to do.
Goddamn Waller.
By the way, another way that Brainiac got them to work for him was by saying the reason that he wants them fought now is because they're on his home world, where the smartest people in the world are, and he basically like teed up Earth. Like he basically teed up so Earth will be next, so they help him. Like help him stop it from my planet because your planet's next.
Hey man,
do what you gotta do.
This is good business.
Do what you gotta do. Detective 980. Really, you want to go 20 more issues of this?
I've been going like 120.
Detective 980. Tim is OMAC trying to kill Batwoman. Spoiler: an orphan trying to shut down Brother Eye. We're shown an alternate universe version of like where they're Batgirls, where Spoiler and Orphan are both Batgirls.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And is a Yoda bite a real thing?
Yoda bite.
Yoda bite. Yottabyte.
I have no idea what that is.
There's a thing in here where it says it's Yoda bites a data.
Oh, I don't know.
You're a tech guy, so I had to ask. B&V Vixens. I don't know why you're not on this, because this is the start of a new story.
That
Hunted,
cover, though.
part 1 of 5.
That Betty, hi. Can I borrow this?
No. There's a guy called Mad Doc Doom.
Mad Doc Doom?
Mm-hmm. That's his name.
Sounds familiar.
He's declaring war on the Vixens. We find out that Cheryl was basically the enforcer and the leader of the Vixens after only joining last issue. Like, they're just kind of like, for lack of a better term, pussyfooting around. And she basically, like, blasts a dude's head while, like, tortures him to say, you will not rat on us. And then she, like, tells all the Vixens what to do. Like, it's fucking amazing.
How hard were you?
I don't get hard while I read.
Really?
Well,
You're reading the wrong books.
Not with pictures. I read some fiction. Some erotic fiction that gets a little toasty.
Are you finally reading my stuff?
I have not.
Oh.
I have not read your stuff. I don't know where you put it. Probably Reddit with all the other garbage. I don't know why I took down Reddit.
What if I had a whole Power Ranger fanfic?
Despicable Deadpool number 300. Full size of that book.
Oh, I felt it, and I'm like, I'm not reading it.
Yeah, it wasn't $10 though. So,
oh yeah.
for some reason, they've made me be okay with paying $6 for a book. Although there is a joke in here where like Jerry Dugan himself pops up into the book and says like, yeah, they're working on a new $25 issue. They're going to test it out. But yeah, Jerry Dugan writes himself into the book. Do you want me to go over this, or do you want to read it? You shouldn't read it because you're going to be mad if you read it. You remember that he's like done this thing where he's put a hit out for himself. All the villains are trying to kill him, and they can't. And then he's like made himself a big villain, so all the heroes will come and try to kill him.
Yeah.
For his final stand, it takes us back and shows a flashback to there's this alien weapon that he got from somebody when he was like with the Guardians, and he takes it, and he says, "Well, I'm just gonna go down in a blaze of fucking glory." And he takes it, and it does nothing. So he goes outside, and as all the heroes start coming, it's just like apparently the thing he took just makes you smell so bad to everybody around you, you just puke immediately. And I'm not normally into this kind of thing. And I was kind of hesitant about it for a while, but like anytime somebody flies, they just puke. And then Vision comes, and Deadpool's like, "Yeah, you can't puke." And then you just hear like off panel, you just see gurgle, and it says, "Oh God, no!" And they're both looking up, and there's Giant Man, and just pukes all over both of them, and like it shorts Vision out. It was really well done. He takes Butler, the Butler medicine. You remember Butler was stealing parts of him, and he would inject him with this medicine to lose his memory. He just sets himself up with like 10 IVs and pumps himself all through it, just erase his memory. And there's a montage of him going through his brain, like killing his memories, like killing Preston, killing Colston, killing Ellie. So he will have no memory of any of this stuff.
What's the end game? Where do they go with this?
The end game is when he, well, first off, there's a thing where, like, they're searching his body as he's, like, laying there with all the stuff in, and his uniform's there, and Cap pulls out a picture out of the pocket, and what do you think the picture is?
I don't know.
It's Deadpool, Cap, and Wolvie from that story
when
they went together.
Oh, man.
That was such a good story.
It was the best.
But it shows that he's like mind wiped, and he goes into like an insane asylum, and he's like yelling like, "I'm Deadpool! I'm Deadpool! I'm crazy! I'm Deadpool!" And everybody's like, "Yeah, you're Deadpool. We get it." And he eventually breaks out as Deadpool, and he leaves the insane asylum saying, "I'm hungry. Maybe some chimichangas."
You hate it.
It's all fucking wiped. All of it. None of it matters. It was good while I read it, but it's done now. We're back to...
Is Dugan done on it?
Dumb Deadpool, yeah. And I'm still on it for the next series. I'm still on it because I'm going to give it a shot. Scotty Young is writing it. He's not doing the art, but he's writing it. I've never read anything written by Scotty Young.
I feel like we have, though.
I haven't. But it does suck a little bit that, like... I guess technically it still exists, just not in Deadpool's head.
Why would they get rid of all that?
Like Shikla's gone, Ellie's gone, Preston's gone, Madcap, anything with Madcap's gone. Like everything that Dugan wrote, because he wrote Deadpool for years.
Yeah, Dugan's run was probably the
Why
most
can't
I enjoyed.
Slott do that?
Well,
because there'd be no Spider-Man.
We all gone.
No characters left. Yeah, so, I mean, bittersweet because it does seem that that's kind of what, like, Dugan liked it. It seemed, I mean, at least in his letters, it looked like that's what he wanted to do. Domino.
Hey.
Number 2.
Hi.
Which is a book that I don't know why you're not on.
I don't know why either. Get on Domino.
Her luck is taken away by these 2 villains, and she's, like, giving it back at the last moment or something. I don't exactly know how they do it. It's explained, but it was very convoluted.
I mean...
she feels vulnerable, and then her friends become like more important to her. Like she latches onto them, and then those are the very things that are threatened by the big bads. Like they come, bless you. They come back and they say, "Well, you know, we're going to kill your friends." I don't know what they want her to do. I like the book. I like what's going on, but I can't really explain what's happening. And I have one more book. What happened to it? What happened?
It's all gone.
It's in there. You Are Deadpool number 2. The old choose your own adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Dice roll.
How's that?
I will say in the very first panel of this one, he's in New York in 1960, and what do you think happens?
New York in 1960?
Just even take out the year. What do you think happens? Specific to this show, kind of?
Rick Jones performs?
Well, that's panel 25.
Oh, okay.
In panel 1, a guy, while Deadpool's giving the exposition, walks by and says, "I'm walking in!" 100% it happens. I laughed like an idiot when it happened. In panel 25, there is Rick Jones. Because in this, Deadpool is going through the origin stories of Hulk and the Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. But the interesting part is anytime Fantastic Four is on screen, like on panel, Reed and Sue are not. And like they're even like, Deadpool's even saying like, "Oh yeah, well how about," and they're like, "You can't say that name." And he's like, "Well what if I call you," "Nope, you can't say that." And it's like shows them off screen, just like thought like speaking bubbles from off screen. And then during the Hulk origin, at the end of it, Deadpool
on Domino now.
Oh, good. Deadpool just says something like, "Oh, they really redid this origin that bad." But there is a like combat check poetry mini game where like there's a grid and you have to roll the dice, and if like you get through the poetry, and then like there's only one ending where it like works perfectly, and then you go to the other one. This is so fucking good. It's so fucking well done. I think this, and it's taking me 3 times as long to read one of these than I am a normal book. So, like, I'm definitely getting my money worth out of this.
Yeah.
I mean, that is also me, though, going through every possible scenario.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of fucking story going on.
I wish they'd do that with more. Like an Avengers
Make
line
it
or something.
happen. Make it happen. I don't know why we can't. I hope this gets good numbers selling.
That's going to be really hard to write, though.
Is it, though? How many of the fucking D&D books, Choose Your Own Adventures, did they write? Hundreds.
Yeah, but I mean, as like a normal writer, like...
Yeah, you just write out the 3 stories and then panel them. It's you like I feel like you storyboard the same way you would a story. Like you number all the panels and you write a plot outline anyway, right?
I guess.
Bloodshot Salvation number 9.
I'm in on the dog. What's happening?
It's the Bloodshot dog.
We got a pre-order edition.
I got all 12 pre-order editions because it was a pre-order bundle we just ordered. What are you looking at? We pre-ordered the first 12 as the pre-order bundle. It was cheaper than if you got
Are you really getting into the what's this universe called?
Valiant.
Valiantverse?
I love this book. Look at the art on this cocksucker. I've showed you this before too, though. But this whole book is just a story about the Bloodshot dog created during World War II, and it's fucking amazing. What happened?
What is this art?
It's gorgeous, is it not?
It's beyond gorgeous.
It's fucking amazing. Go through it. The whole book is incredible. That's what you get with pre-order edition, is like special stuff like that.
This must take 3,000 years to color.
I imagine it's all digital.
I hope.
But it's so good. Wow. But apparently he's the only Bloodshot dog that survived. So, whatever.
Oh, there's a Bloodshot dog. Can I get on just Bloodshot dog? Is that...
Look at the book yet. By the way, he does have a name. I can't really remember it. And it's kind of rude of me. But whatever.
Why is that rude?
Because I should remember the dog's name. Green Lantern's 47. God damn it, these covers are gorgeous. Simon convinces Jessica to not allow the Power Ring to take over her. Jess sends Singularity Jane to the dimension where she was playing her feeding game. Jess also revokes her ring's AI with sheer willpower, which has never happened before. And I guess it's like the Guardians said something about it. Like with her own sheer willpower, she rewrote the AI of her ring.
That's badass.
It's badass until the Guardians say it's dangerous, and then Hal says, "I'll go take care of it myself. I'll take that ring."
Hal, what are you doing?
Why? Why is he hanging out with the Guardians? Shouldn't there be shit he's doing?
I don't know. There's so many Green Lantern books that
There's 2.
Yeah, I thought there was like 4.
There's 2, but I don't know if something's happening because I'm pretty sure that Simon and Jess are on different Justice League teams. Upcoming, so I don't know. How 90s is that?
It's 290s.
Cable 157, and if you think this is 290s, you're not ready. Because you see who else was on that cover?
Yeah, what's his face?
Nate Gray. You know who else is in this? 4 other Cables from different time periods and timelines. You're fucking pumped up. Takes place after Cable number 54.
Oh?
Of the 1993 series.
How do you even...
Nate Gray, 4 different Cables. It's so 90s because I didn't understand what was happening the whole time. Like a Cable dies, and I just had to figure out which Cable died, which one was the bad one. I'm not sure. I loved it. Loved everything about it.
I don't even understand. You're like, hey, I want to write a sequel to Cable 55 from 1996.
It's fucking fantastic.
Doesn't that series go to like the 80 or something?
The Cable series?
Yeah.
I'll try 105.
Oh fuck.
But that's the thing. It's Cable, so you can bounce around time periods.
I know. Wow.
Next up, final curtain. The Archies number 7. By the way, you know who Speedy Ortiz is?
No, do you?
No. Apparently it's a band. We're going to look it up right now.
Speedy Ortiz.
Yeah, we're going to look it up right now and probably get taken down off of YouTube for some right.
Down.
Right? I mean, I looked it up on the Google, and I think it might be somebody you like because I saw related artists and shit, and I feel like it'd be something you'd be into.
That always worries me.
Do you want to listen to Villain, Lucky 88, No Below, Raising the Skate, Lean In When I Suffer. That's your fucking...
Lean In While I Suffer.
Lean In When I Suffer. Is that the one you want?
Sure.
2 months ago this came out. Oh, this is that. No free rides.
No free rides.
No free rides.
Oh. Your phone is the loudest thing in the world. Are you deaf?
I haven't turned up.
For a reach rating of 340 miles.
No fucking free rides.
No free
Here we
rides.
Go.
video.
This is right up your fucking alley.
I kind of like it. Speedy Ortiz.
Ortiz.
It's fucking weird though.
I don't hate it.
Okay. All right.
I don't hate it. I kind of like it. Hold on. Well, let's just do one more.
Yeah, maybe that one was an outlier.
You want to do an older one? Like a 4 years ago?
Let's see what they were doing 4 years ago.
Or 3 years ago? No Below or Raising the Skate?
No Below.
4 years ago.
You didn't know me.
More up your alley.
You were a kid.
I like it.
In trouble at school. Alone at lunch again. I didn't know you.
In 4 years did something weird with her.
Broke my knee.
You can't assume it on a video.
Summer on crutches, and everybody teased, except for
Think this
this
picks up?
one friend. I almost forgot.
I don't know. Skip ahead. Barely.
Oh, shit.
I like it.
You're in.
I like it. I'm in.
You're just going to sit in the dark and listen to this. This is you, man.
It is. I do like
You're,
it.
you're really into this.
I am actually.
Well, you do more investigative journalism into Speedy Ortiz then.
I'll do it.
But Speedy Ortiz guest stars in this, which seemed weird to me because going in, I didn't know. I knew who every other guest star was. Although, all the credit in the world to Alex Segura. I don't know how to pronounce his name properly. I'm sorry. Segura, because I mean, he definitely just opened two people's eyes to Speedy Ortiz.
Yeah, man.
One of us will probably really like them. It seems like you really like them already.
I think you'd like him. I think it's a pit you can fall down.
But Reggie's wearing a Ghost shirt at the beginning of this, like Ghost AD, that fucking crazy metal band.
Really?
With amazing.
Reggie's
The
good.
problem is, at a later point, he's wearing a gorilla shirt. So I'm kind of like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Not wrong
He
with
only
gorillas.
likes bands that start with G.
Maybe.
The Archies lose the battle of the bands to Josie and the Pussycats. They kind of break up. V's to play with the Pussycats on a tour. Archie's to be the touring guitarist of Speedy Ortiz. Reg is flying home to reform Reggie and the Reggies. Betty is playing solo open mic nights in L.A. And Jughead just plans on hitting burger joints on the way home because he was the only one that didn't technically quit the band.
I feel like Betty got the shaft and all that.
No, she wanted to do it. She said, I'm staying here to do solo stuff. But it ends with her doing a solo show, and everyone who said they were going, they all come back and watch her solo, and then they kind of do like one final performance to an empty bar. Like it's closed, and it's actually a good ending. It sucks when I got 7 inches out of this because that's a really fun idea,
They turned the lights out at the end.
but it wasn't a Cheers. It didn't do a Sam Mayday Malone on the fucking thing. But I'm glad I got a story out of it at least. It was solid. Infinity Countdown, Daredevil #1. Remember, I told you I'm getting all these fucking Infinity books.
Yeah.
Some random dude, just some B-lister. Some D-lister has the gem, has the power, whatever the yellow gem is. Mind gem? I think it's the mind
They
gem.
changed them all, so I don't know.
It's the mind gem.
Oh, let me know how Darkhawk is when you get it.
I got it this week. I haven't read it yet, but I got it this week. But that's the only one that's going more than one issue.
What?
Like, this is a one-shot. The Captain Marvel one's a one-shot. The Darkhawk is 4 issues, I think.
Because I got his Marvel Legend. I'm like, who the? I mean, I know of Darkhawk, but not like
Darkhawk had a long run in the 90s.
Yeah, but like this iteration is like the one that's on the cover. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I don't even it's the same guy.
Darkhawk is one of the first comic books I ever owned. We talked about this. I owned Savage She-Hulk #1, which is weird. I owned that Darkhawk. I owned an X-Men issue. And I owned a Married with Children parody cover of the Fantastic Four #1.
I think you need to re-pick that up.
I need to find it. I don't know where it is. A low-level criminal has the Mind Stone that he luckily stole. Like, he just found it on the road. He uses it to influence judges and, start his empire. I think Daredevil gets it. It's kind of up in the air.
You think he gets it?
Because basically at the beginning, he can actually see the stone. Like Daredevil, like this dude walks in and Daredevil can see the stone. Like he can actually see it.
Okay, well that kind of makes sense.
So then, like at the end, he can't see it anymore. But then Turk reveals that he's recruiting Bullseye just for his empire. So
I can't imagine what Daredevil would do with a mind gem.
be a better lawyer.
He already is the best.
Batman 47. I didn't get the other cover because you didn't answer me quick enough.
Oh, I did answer you.
I didn't know if you wanted it or not. And I figured, because the way you said it didn't seem like you were like, sure. But I like this cover. I figured it didn't matter to you. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was at work and I just...
Yeah, no, it's not an issue. I'm saying if you would have said, that cover's awesome, then I definitely would have got it.
I mean, it was an issue.
But you just said, yeah, sure. So it seemed to me like you kind of wanted this one too, and I want to force you into a trade.
I would have said no.
Time Travel Everywhere.
Yeah.
Did you read it?
No, I'm out.
It's amazing. It's Booster doing Booster things.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've read some fan theory that I probably shouldn't have been, but that it's not Booster, or there's something wrong with him or something.
Oh, who the fuck is reading that much into this? It's a story about Booster.
I don't know, man.
That's somebody trying to shit on Tom King. Because it's Booster giving a gift that he thought was a gift that turns out not to be a gift. I'll run through this real quick. An alternate future Bruce goes back with Skeets and Booster to when Batman's parents were killed. They have to unsave them. Future and past future Booster and Skeets pop in to prevent Batman from stopping Booster from unsaving his parents. Alternate Batman watches his parents die just as the young Bruce does. Then the alternate universe Batman turns the gun on himself. Or no, it would be Bruce. It's not Batman because he's not Batman. Turns the gun on himself, blows his own brains out. Splattering blood on Booster's glasses. Cut back to like normal, like now, like before the wedding, the actual universe. Booster's telling Batman and Catwoman the story. And he's like still shaking though because he said he can never get the blood off his glasses. Like he says, I scrub it and I still see it. I can't get your blood off my glasses. That's a fucking wild thing to tell somebody before they get married. Like, this is what happened, guys. Like, the past 5 issues were just Booster telling them the story about how fucked up he fucked everything up when he saved Batman's parents. And how Catwoman and Batman both died multiple times in the fucking story. Thanks, Booster. Great present. Please don't come next time.
You know what? I'd be alright with that if they just kept doing stories of everything they did, like, before the wedding, like, other people. Like if like Superman and Bruce and them went on a date or something. Like, I mean, they did. Yeah. But, you know, just do that for like 70 issues and then fine. The Gates of Valhalla.
Mighty Thor at the Gates of Valhalla. Number 1. This is a 5-issue mini, I believe.
Did they tell you why he's got a... Oh.
Which you should have got on.
I didn't know. Man.
This is I believe, some of the last...
You are my only connection to the comic book world.
No, you have a website where you get your books so you know what's coming out.
Oh, I don't look
You
on
don't
that.
listen to me when I talk anyway.
I do.
You said, nah, fucking idiot. Time travel, cable, yeah, we get it. Mm-hmm. You said those exact words to me. In different order.
Yes, in different order. I don't think that counts.
Okay. The one reason I know you want to be on this immediately is because guess who's in this?
Better Ray Bill.
The Goddesses of Thunder.
Really?
Old King Thor's 3 granddaughters.
Oh, from... Wow.
Yeah, from Jason Aaron's original God Butcher runs.
Wow.
And, well, here we go again, though. Time diamonds. They find time diamonds after they, like, make old King Thor pass out. They go and find time diamonds because they want to go meet...
How did they make old King Thor pass out?
He's hammered. Put in his mead. Like, they put these weird chemical in his mead. And they're like, you think he's dead? It's like he's breathing. Somebody dead doesn't snore that loud. But they're searching for Mighty Thor. Like, it kind of speckles it around saying who's they're looking for, but they're like, they keep going back and forth. They're like, no, we need to find Thor. Like, the Thor. Like, the Thor they look up to the most. And they go and they find Throg. They go and they find, like, all shitty fucking Thors. Like, this is not who we're fucking looking for. This is not who we're looking for. Eventually they go back to find, actual Mighty Thor, but Jane Foster undergoing her cancer treatment. Great back and forth between them, like Jane still being a hero even though she's not Thor, although she still yearns for it, like she still wishes she was. So she actually has one of the goddesses like fly her up in the air. She's like, just please, just once. And like, she has her fly. But then like when when the three goddesses like fly away, they say, "You think we should have told her about what's going to happen?" And they said, "I don't think we can. I don't think we're allowed." And they said, "But that fire still fucking burns bright in there, doesn't it?" And they said, "Yeah, that storm is still raging in there." So we could still have a Jane Foster Thor in the future. I like how they set that up.
I do like that.
Then we turn to Malekith still being a wild, ruthless mastermind in the fucking worlds, setting up next year's storyline, War of the Realms. We've been fucking teased this War of the Realms for 2 years already?
Yeah, I thought that already.
It happened
Kinda
within
happened.
the Thor book.
Yeah.
But if you recall, nothing ever really happened.
Yeah.
So now they're making it an event next year. Which I'm going to be fucking all in on. I can't help it.
Yeah, as long as it's just like in the Thor books. Or is it
I
everything?
think it's everything. Because Earth is one of the realms.
Oh, you're right.
Avengers number 2.
Woo, I read this.
Finally got to a book you read.
I did.
Okay.
Okay, what? You're much better at telling things. I guess the whole thing starts, there's someone speaking, you don't know who it is, about all the Avengers like stepping up to do their duty and you know what they expected
Did
of
you really
them.
not know who it was?
At first I didn't.
Because anytime I see those text boxes and the way the font is written, it's clear who it is.
I didn't notice, man.
You also haven't read a book in a year and a half.
Okay, listen. She-Hulk's in this.
She shulks out.
She does.
Am I allowed to say shulk out?
I think you can.
Or is it just Hulk out?
I think it's Shulk out.
She shulked out. Shulk. Actually, I have Shulk Hulks out.
And actually wasn't I wasn't too upset with how she looks.
You want to know what my review says?
What?
Shulk Hulks out. Ghost Rider Ghost Rides. And Thor, Tony, and Steve try normal avenging while mysterious Ringmaster talks about plan. Shulk teleported to Rider where they fight.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
How do you feel about this Ghost Rider?
Weird.
Robbie Reyes.
He's okay.
The car's badass.
Yeah.
I like Robbie Reyes because, again, and I know I'm probably a fucking broken record when you hear this, but he has that, and it's not just the normal doubt, like the normal "can I do this" doubt. It's like some actual, like, mental, like, anxiety going on. Like, it's an actual, like, mental problem he has. It's not just, oh, I don't know if I'm good enough. It's an actual, like, you know, I don't think I'm good enough.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that.
Final host is brought in by Loki. Or the final host is brought by Loki. Loki's the mastermind.
Yeah, and it ripped off that other Celestial's head at the end. I don't know. I mean, I'm enjoying it so far.
I don't know. I just want more of the 10,000 BC fucking Avengers.
Well, I think they're all dead.
We'll talk about them. X-Men Red, number 4.
Ooh.
Sentinel nanites inside brains is producing fear and hate. And it also gives them the ability to spot mutants. It's produced by Forge from the direction of Cassandra Nova.
Interesting.
And Namor, Storm, and Gentle join the team, whose headquarters is now in Namor's chosen ruins under sea.
Is Namor a mutant?
Yeah. I think it retconned it a while ago. Because
Okay.
they even said to him in here, they're like, these are your people. Just because you don't roll them doesn't mean they're not your people. No Justice number 2, because I told you it's weekly.
Oh, yes.
Ripping off a little bit of the last Avengers book event thing, all the heroes who aren't involved on these teams, just in stasis.
Oh, yes?
Just in stasis, except Green Arrow. Because nobody gives a fuck.
Hey, now.
Nobody gives 2 fucks about Green Arrow. Because he goes and he hunts down Waller because he doesn't know anything else to do. He's fucking bored, I guess, because nobody else is around. And they're looking for a dormant Earth seed because I guess the 4 different teams are representative of 4 different trees that grow on the planets before they're devoured, something along those lines. For the 4 teams split up on Kalu to even out the tree's energies. Team Mystery has to cause mystery by freeing thousands of cities and bottles. Entropy have to create chaos by freeing the whole prison of prisoners. And I'm going to say right now, Martian Manhunter should be the fucking leader of the Justice League. I don't understand why we fucking don't talk about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he owns everything in this. He's the only guy talking fucking normal. Even Batman and Superman are doing weird bullshit. And Martian Manhunter's like, guys, let's just fucking do what we need to do. Like, why are we dicking around?
Batman and Superman always have fucking issues.
And then we find out the big person that was freed from the prison in this is Brainiac 2.0.
Oh, yeah?
Brainiac's son, yes. Who Superman knew. Next up, Kick-Ass 4. In last-ditch attempt to escape a lunatic gang, murder party, balloons that were filled with hydrogen because a guy decided, no, I'm going to skimp out and get hydrogen instead of helium. Because that's something you can do when you get balloons filled up.
Is it?
What do you want to fill with helium? Nah, let's do the hydrogen. I don't want to pay that much for helium. What the fuck is wrong with this thing? And it happened last issue, so it was like the red herring of the whole fucking issue. I'm like, what the fuck? What about the balloons? Why tell me they're in hydrogen? It's like when you watch like a stage play or a movie and they like take a phone. It'd be more of a stage play where they like take a phone off the hook or they go to hang it up and it doesn't hang up and you're like, that's gonna be a fucking plot piece. And then the whole time you're fucking waiting for it. That's what it was with these balloons. I'm like, what the fuck would you say about the balloons?
What's the whole point?
So when she finally like blows them up, she escapes, but her brother-in-law was also a bad guy and he didn't escape. And her sister calls and says he's not gonna make it. So.
Jeez.
Riverdale 12, with an amazing prom cover here.
Betty.
I wish you would have read this. First thing I want to know,
I tried.
no you didn't, is Burger Chef a real game?
Burger Chef?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's in a cabinet on this.
There's
It's like a burger style game at least.
there is. There definitely is. Burger Time?
I think it's Burger Time. Well, this is just a play on it then, I guess. But the whole issue is Jughead trying to beat the high score on Burger Chef, the cabinet inside the White Worm, which is the serpent's bar.
Uh-huh.
And the owner just says, "You better. It's no use. Like, you're not going to beat it. I'm selling the game anyway. Get rid of it." And Jughead says, "No, it means I got to beat it." And if you look at the high score screen, ASS is the number one, and then the rest are Jug. Like, he has every other score except for the number one score. He eventually beats it, and the owner calls ASS, who's had this record for 20 years. Any idea who the record holder is?
Archie's dad.
Betty's mom.
I was gonna say.
She was a serpent years ago.
Yeah.
Alice something, and her maiden name is like Smithfield or something.
Oh, so she actually
So
wasn't
it's
this.
actually her initials.
No one does
It's
that.
actually her
I
initials.
wish my initials were ass.
So he says, he actually says, "You told me to call you if anybody ever beat the score." And she says, "All right." Comes in, beats Jughead's score. Like immediately, like just beats it. And then Jughead says, "All right, well, let's do it. Here we go." And then FP accidentally unplugs the cabinet. Like he's only goes, "Oh, actually, I kicked this out of the wall." What are you doing behind it, FP? And then Alice is like, he probably could have beat me. And he's like, Jughead needs this. Jughead needs this. Alice then is found out to be the one that bought the cabinet.
That's badass.
But whenever she came in, like, Jughead was so confused, and she's like, I was a serpent before you even thought of.
Jeez. OG.
Yeah, OG serpent. Just super fun. I fucking love this book.
Sick.
Punisher, 224, and he's back. He's done fighting wars. He's back on the streets, but now in Punisher.
Okay, that's not safe
Now-
for anybody.
What
What are you doing?
Now in the War Machine outfit. Here's the thing. He's hunting villains. Like, just murdering them. With the War Machine outfit. He brutally murders some guy. I don't know who it is. He's some D-lister. He's confronted by Captain Marvel, who says, "You need to give it back." I guess Fury sent him. So they have a huge fight. Frank says, "I'm not stopping because you don't like me playing with your dead boyfriend's toys."
Oh,
Holy shit.
that's uncalled for.
Holy
That's
shit.
uncalled for.
When it happened, I said, "Oh no, Frank, why?"
Frank don't give a shit, man.
The fight ends, and he somehow like just gets like out of her vision or something, and then Daredevil confronts him, and Punisher says, You weren't on the same level anymore, pal, just so you know. And Daredevil's like, we were never on the same level. What is that?
What does that mean?
I don't know. But then, like, there's a little fight between the two, and then, you know, he kind of gets away. And Hawkeye shoots an arrow into, like, a seam in the armor during a flyby. And then Frank, like, flies up to him and just tells him to fuck off. Like, grabs him by the chest, says, fuck off! And just, like, throws him. And then when he gets back to a hideout, though, like, I guess the arrow had tracking in it. So then, like, a bunch of heroes end up, like, cornering Frank at one of his hideouts. And that's how this issue ends.
He's going off the deep end.
Okay, I'll talk about these other two first, then we can finish up. Curse words, 14. Ruby and Wizard continue the hunt for Margaret, who seems to have an ally within the prisoner of magic users. Jacques is in Tiger Country looking for his sons, and Botchko's a badass. If you're reading that, all that makes sense. You're an Aussie, you don't understand what I'm saying. Gideon Falls number 3. This is Sorrentino artwork, the guy who did the artwork in Green Arrow when it was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's written by Lemire, I believe. Yep.
Well, Jeff Lemire.
Yeah, so it's the same duo that did that, Green
Well, that's going to be decent.
Norton rigs his entire apartment of, like, booby traps for security because he was robbed of things.
Yeah.
Dr. Zhu comes by, who was his, like, therapist, psychiatrist, to tell him she's seen the barn as well and the man inside of it. Norton says, well, you know I'm not crazy now. You've seen it. You've done it. We've done all that. The new father in the town, who is taking place of the old father who murdered somebody, has to give his first sermon as the preacher. He gives a very, like, honest and to-the-point sermon. He finds photos and papers, like, under a floorboard, leading him to being recruited by a Dr. Sutton to join the Holy War of Gideon Falls. And that's kind of how it ends. It's fantastic.
Interesting.
And last up, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, number 27, Shattered Grid.
What a fucking cover.
Okay, you want me to read what I have written down?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Skull undercover in Draken's army, which is pretty fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, has that ever happened? Draken doesn't exist in the show, so that couldn't have happened.
It's correct.
And the main team splits.
Yeah,
what I got.
That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, because I don't understand who the rest of these people are.
Whoa, what do you mean?
Any of them.
What, Billy, Zach, and Trini.
Don't know who those?
You know who they are. Don't fuck with me.
What's up?
You know who they are.
Okay, just go ahead and talk about them because you're gonna. I thought it was okay, but I don't know who any of these people are.
Well,
if this book, like, after the event, somehow stays with other Rangers, I don't know if I could be on it because I don't know the characters. I don't enjoy it.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be like that. They're gonna fix the timeline, and it's just gonna go naturally.
Or this will continue to be all the other Rangers, and Go-Go will be the normal Rangers.
That'd be cool.
I'd only be on one of them. Let's do that.
Why don't you give them a chance?
I don't know who they are.
You'll learn who they are.
I won't, because none of these Rangers have personalities anyway.
How do you know? Well, I mean, they don't.
They don't. None of them do.
Not on the show. Yeah. But I don't know. The red Samurai Ranger was kind of hitting it off with Jason in there. I don't know her name. It's off my head.
What Red Samurai Ranger? I thought Jason was traveling with the Pink Time Ranger.
No, that's Jen. Jen went with Trini and Zach and Billy to Draken's homeworld to meet up with the Resistance, I believe. Jason and the Red Samurai Ranger, they went to find that Dr. Yu in a different universe because she can stop Draken's cannons. I don't understand. What's so hard to understand?
This is like me explaining all these other books that you didn't know anything about. You're just saying words together in sentences. I understand what they are, but I don't understand what they mean.
Oh, well, anyway, at the end of that, they're trying to get Dr. Yu, and then Draken shows up with the Psycho Rangers, Korag, and the A Squad from SPD.
Oh, so that was actually something that happened.
Yeah.
I just saw Draken show up, and I was like, okay, Draken's here.
Those are all evil Ranger counterparts, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
So, that's badass. You don't understand how badass it is. The Psycho Rangers are badass to begin with.
Did you read the second story?
No.
Who's the guy that created the coins? Because it was all about him.
I know who you're talking about.
It was just a quick thing about him. But that dude's fucking wardrobe confused me.
Why?
Because it was just so weird. It was like a pink Ranger sock, a red Ranger sock, a black Ranger glove. Like, I was like, what are we doing?
He's just trying it all out, man.
I don't understand. I don't understand what he was doing.
But this is fantastic.
Yeah, too bad you haven't read half of it.
Actually, out of things that I haven't read, that's not really one of them. The only thing I missed was that annual.
You didn't read a few of those. You don't know anything about Kimberly's fucking boyfriend who was in the Rangers before.
That's Go-Go.
Nah.
Yeah.
But that's still in the event.
Well, now it is. That wasn't.
You don't know anything about it.
You're a fun guy all of a sudden. What happened?
You yelled at me.
I never yell at you.
You definitely yelled.
I don't.
You did. You yelled. So we don't have to make picks today?
I don't. You want me to look up when it is, just in case?
No, if you said next week, I'll trust you and then berate you when it's not.
That's not what I'm looking for. It's 2018, right? It's 2018.
Oh, no.
What's happening?
My clip's gone.
June 17th.
Yeah, we're good.
You'll be back.
I'm going to be dead. I'm going to get bit by a snake the size of a bear.
Yeah, so you're going on your yearly hike next week?
I start next Saturday.
Saturday? 70 miles?
Yeah, a little more or less. They alter the path at certain points. They change the path up, so we'll see. But I'm doing it alone.
Going by yourself?
Going by myself. I barely knew how to reacclimate to society after 2 days and was with somebody else, so should be interesting to reacclimate after 5 or 6 alone. I'm doing it super leisurely, that's why I'm doing it so long. I'm just going to enjoy myself, walk, take in the scenery. Probably fight a bear or two.
I hope you fight a bear.
It's only a black bear, they'll run away.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds peaceful. It's not for me, but if you enjoy it.
I mean, the only reason it's not peaceful for you is because you couldn't do it. If the walking itself wasn't strenuous, it'd be peaceful for you. Like, if you were just sitting in the woods, it'd be peaceful.
Woods don't do it for me.
So just a dark room full of garbage does? I've watched you sit inside a dark room full of garbage, and you said it was peaceful.
I like dark rooms.
The woods can be very dark.
I only like the woods if there's a stream nearby.
There's streams everywhere.
Sometimes.
Everywhere.
I got that, like, down in the park when we had the party spot and we put the picnic table in the creek.
Yeah?
I enjoyed that. He said, just go sit there for a while.
What about Fishland?
I've never been to Fishland.
Bullshit lie. Horseshit.
What the hell's Fishland?
Bullshit lie. You see Don Moore in there catching fish with his hands.
Oh. Yeah. It's alright. Not the same. I was by myself, so.
You're a weird dude.
Why?
You're just a weird dude.
I don't know, man.
You're a weird dude.
I don't understand.
Do you have anything else? I lost my clip.
I don't really have anything else.
We're way over time, right?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Yeah, I know. I'm sweating like a fucking pig up
It's
here.
warm. I'm getting kind of hungry. You getting kind of hungry?
Yeah. For fucking air.
Man, you got salty all of a sudden.
It's the sweat.
Oh.
Are we done?
Yeah.
That was a full episode of comics, basically.
It was. That was a good comic-based episode for all you comic readers out
Put it
there.
this way. We don't get viewers when we talk about comics. We don't get viewers when we don't talk about comics. What does it fucking matter, right?
Hey, we always said we're just doing this for us.
That's what I mean.
We enjoy each other's company.
I don't know if you enjoy mine. Maybe you need to write the outline of the show, rather than me coming in here for an hour and yelling about what books I read.
No, I think you do good.
You're essentially a producer on these kind of episodes. You just sit there and I bounce shit off you.
Isn't that all podcasts are?
No,
Like, there's
you
one-
gotta engage.
When you're not reading books, I engage. Even when
So
you
don't
are
read books.
No, read read books.
That's what we're doing. Drop all my books?
No, but what I'm saying, like,
You want to change this into a murder mystery podcast?
how do we? And even how?
We just start doing investigations. We can do investigative journalism. Let's take this to the fucking flea market. Take a recorder. And we'll come back and we'll evaluate our footage.
What, we gotta find Maven there or something?
You better not find Maven.
No. I mean, my understanding of podcasts are there's like a main guy.
Real quick, how many podcasts do you listen to?
4?
Wrong. What podcast do you listen to? Name 2.
Oh, I don't know. There's just 4 random episodes of different podcasts I've probably listened to over 10 years.
You've never listened to any podcast ever.
I have. I listened to a couple with you.
No, yeah, but they're not of your interest.
I listened to a wrestling one with you.
What wrestling one?
One with that guy who used to book for WCW or...
Tony Schiavone?
Yeah.
When did you listen to that with me?
You had it playing in the car one day for like 10, 20 minutes.
I don't remember that. When were we in the car for 20 minutes? Oh, on the way. Yeah, never mind. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, it still doesn't count. That's not a whole show.
And you know, I listened to our podcast.
And those are more, and that's more of an interview style show. This is not supposed to be an interview style show. By the way, fuck! Guess who I saw in fucking Sheets the other day? Show related.
Who?
Bill.
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 What's Bill doing?
He said, "Hey." I said, "You reading anything?" Like I had to start somewhere without it being weird. I was like, "You reading anything?" He goes, "Not really." Well, first thing I said, "How you doing?" He said, "I've been better. I've been worse too."
Oh God.
I said, "Have you been reading anything?" And he's like, "Well, you know, I'm a Captain America guy." And, that was kind of, he just trailed off.
What does that mean?
I don't know. And I asked him if he's excited about Ta-Nehisi Coates. He's going to write the new Captain America. I said, "I'm hopping on. I'm fucking pumped up." And he goes, "I think he'll do good. I think he'll do good stuff." That was kind of it.
I feel like he has no idea what you're talking about.
He said he's not into the Batman, the Tom King Batman. He doesn't like it. He says he read the first issue.
That's a good way to choose if you like something or not.
Yeah, he said he read the first issue and he just not into it. But it was interesting. I ate a burrito the size of my head after I talked to him, and then felt immediately sick.
Oh, that was that burrito you had last weekend?
Yeah. That's when I saw him.
What was I was gonna... If we didn't do this in my house, we could probably have Bill back, but... I don't want Bill in my house.
Whoa. Bill came to my apartment?
Yeah.
He was an alright guy.
I mean...
Why are you shitting on Bill? Why are you burying Bill?
I'm not burying Bill. He's very weird about that pizza, though.
Why do you like pizza? Tell me that's not Brian in 30 years. If Brian was funny...
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right.
Bill just wanted the pizza. That's all he did. He was there for the pizza.
He's like, yeah, I'll come talk to you.
And I was gonna say the stairs are an issue, but he came up the stairs to my apartment. He can easily make it up.
Yeah, your stairs are steep as fucking Mount Everest.
He's coming.
Oh boy.
You wait till next time I see him. I'm inviting him. I'm not even gonna invite him. I'm just gonna give him a card with just your address on it. Like, not he doesn't say anything about it, or just write Saturdays and just have the address on it.
Please don't.
Yeah, he'll show up here fucking 8:30 in the morning with his cane, knocking your fucking windows out.
just What is he? Incense?
No, he just has the cane. He's holding the hooked part. He's bashing the windows.
Oh. I feel like you'd be better off holding the bottom and bashing with the hook.
That is what people usually do, but no, you gotta keep a good grip so if they start falling, just
So more of a sword kind of
plant.
With your swings, I get it.
Yeah. So look forward to an episode of Bill coming up. We're gonna put it right in the middle. Right on. Maybe we dye Brian's hair, and by dye I mean spray the snow from aerosol cans on his head. Give him a cane, and we tell him to be Bill. First, we'll have to make him listen to that Bill episode, which pretty good, solid episode.
Yeah, check that out. I don't know if it's on YouTube.
But I doubt it. But is that it? You have anything? Plug your toy adventures.
Yeah, check out my other channel. It's Stickosaurus. Good toy hunts. I screwed up this week's already. But don't worry, next week will be great. There's a convention coming up. So
You said that last week, too.
what did I say last week?
You said this week I messed up, and next week will be great.
Oh yeah, well this week I just bought a bunch of things and didn't take any footage because I had Brian with me.
No dedication to the craft.
Well, I tried, but every time I started recording something, Brian just started swearing the most foul things imaginable.
You turn volume off and just put like words over it.
But word, I mean, I tried putting music over it, didn't work.
Then you could just mute it and put just like type stuff.
Just typing. Just the sound of me typing. Like, no
text.
words, just typing.
Just put text on there.
Yeah, well, I could have, but I don't know. It was too much to deal with Brian today, so. Shout out to Brian for ruining my life.
Life. He didn't do anything to ruin your life.
Well, I don't know yet.
How did he ruin your life? Are you in jail for a crime you didn't commit? Because that's the only way Brian could ruin your life.
He'd frame me. He'd frame me in a heartbeat.
That's one of my fears in my life.
Getting framed.
One of the biggest fears I have is getting arrested for something I know I did not do, but having no way to prove I didn't do it, and just going to jail for life as an innocent man. It's one of the biggest fears of my life.
I mean, you're gonna be out in the woods with no one to talk to for 6 weeks.
Oh, I'm gonna
6
murder somebody
days.
out there.
Oh,
Oh fuck! What if somebody gets murdered on that trail this week?
you heard it here first, folks.
For humor, I said it for humor.
Breaking
in character.
news.
In character.
Man, I got a story of a lifetime. I'm gonna be on CNN, NBC.
You gonna Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, this son of a bitch.
Yeah. Christ.
Thank you for watching.
Yes. Thank you.
Tell your dads.
Tell all your dads.
Motherfucker, I can't believe you made that a fucking phrase.
Tell your dads.
All right. There he is. The comedic pool noodle. That stick. On brand. Reminding you to ask yourself, what would Rick Jones do? Probably not be fucking sweaty.